Welcome back, everybody, to more MSQ playthrough. We are in Dawntrail. We're towards the end of MSQ, I believe. I think, I mean, if I look at our Aether Currents, we've got one more zone. So we're probably done with here with Heritage Found pretty soon, but let's find out for ourselves. Quick recap: we defeated Zoralja. At the end of it, he dropped the key to the gate, to which Queen Sphene took it and put it into the portal that was above the summit of the tower. Now that's gone. Now she's gone, and Kafkia is gone. So let's figure out what's going on. Kafkia's vessel shows no signs of life. Kafkia said that she operates her vessel from afar. Could something have befallen her? The words Sphene spoke to your mother, did they mean anything to you? Those who came from my village, none of them remembered her. It's the same as what we witnessed happen to those who knew Namika. Then Kafkia is... You noticed something, didn't you? Whatever it is, please tell me. While Sphene projected herself onto machines, Kafkia controlled hers remotely, but to me they appeared identical in their existence. Both were inorganic objects suffused with faint amounts of aether. When that aether faded, they became lifeless husks. And as we all saw, this happened to both the moment the portal closed. So Kafkia was operating her vessel from the reflection beyond. But if none of her friends and acquaintances here remember her, then Kafkia is an endless too. The endless, those who are recreated from memories of the departed. All this time my mother was dead. She fooled us all. Sphene, for one, does not seem to think of them in that way. No, she loves them like she does all her citizens, and she'll do anything to protect them. Such as plundering aether from the source. Last Zoralja had his own agenda and spoiled the plan. But now that she possesses the key, she could target other reflections without our interference. Reflections whose people have no idea what she is willing to do. Then the people of the source are not the only ones in danger. We must stop her. We have to go where Sphene has gone. I want to talk to her again, and perhaps we'll find Kafkia as well. With the gate closed, we need to find an alternate means of passage. I will look into it. Thank you. Let us begin by investigating this place. There may be clues relating to what lies beyond. Let me help. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Anything at all. Of course, my friend. Your knowledge and expertise would be most welcome. I expect the investigation will take time. Perhaps you'd like to head back below with Guluja and get some rest. That's not a bad idea. We do need to share these developments with those in the back room as well. Come on, Guluja. You too, MSQ. You've more than done your part for now, so leave this to us. So much has happened and so quickly. I'm still catching up mentally. But where it concerns Zaraja, I have no regrets. I made my choice and did what I had to do. I only wish I could have stopped Sphene too. Stopped her from walking her misguided path. I could definitely use some rest. I'm really sorry, but we're not sure what happened to Kafkuya. The others are trying to learn what they can. Kafkuya, we'd known that such a day would come, but I wish we could have at least said goodbye. You knew then that she was already gone? We did, we all did. Kafkuya forbade us from saying anything. She wanted to tell you herself when the time was right. I expect she was torn over how to reveal the truth to Erenville. I see. I don't think anyone can blame her for keeping quiet. But tell me, how are the people faring? Have they forgotten Zaraja already? No, they still remember him. We wonder if this might be the result of the gate at the summit being closed. Most are unaware of developments. They'll be relieved to hear that the king has been defeated, but at the same time, they'll like to panic if they learn that the queen has disappeared. Right now, Geode is making contact with various government bodies, but I'd probably be best to keep it all under wraps for a time. Agreed. Once we've resolved matters, I'll explain everything to the people. I consider it my duty. As to Zaraja's mechanical army, what became of them now that he's gone? Yes, about that. At the time we suspect the Zaraja passed, the king's authority appears to have been transferred to Gululja. You mean to say Gululja is the new king? While a coronation is required to make it official, for the moment, the system recognizes him as his father's successor. But I don't want this. I don't want to be king. It's not a decision you have to make right away. But given that the authority comes with command of the army, you can't give it up lightly either. We can think on it together later, but for now, I want you to hold on to it. For what your father has left you. If you say so. Are you alright, Lamachi? Huh? What is this? Why can't I... Yeah. Despite everything that's happened, all the terrible things my brother did, I still don't know how to feel towards him. What's wrong with me? You just need a little time. You think so? I'll take your word for it. For now, we should have things under control. Why not return to Tuliolal and rest up while the others handle the investigation? You know, I think I'll do that. It'd be good to see how things are at home and catch up with Kona. Hey, why don't you the two of you come too? But won't everyone hate me? Of course not. They might be a little unsure at first, but I'll set them straight. Besides, I want to introduce you to Kona, his new family. Really? Really? That is, if you're fine with it. I am. Then let's be off. We'll head directly to the palace to see Kona. I believe we'll just teleport there. been a while since we've had to like teleport out for MSQ. Usually it's just like where we are is where we go. It's nice to just fast travel straight to where we need to be instead of traveling.
You are returned! Wait there! I'm coming down! Where's Lamachi? What happened inside the dome? So my brother is gone. Yet the danger remains. And you must soon sally forth unto an unknown reality.
Hey, Kona!
Lamachi, is this boy perhaps...
This is Zorolja's son, Kululja.
I see. Time did flow differently inside the dome. If he is our brother's child, then... Kululja, was it? My name is Kona, and I am Lamachi's brother.
You're her brother?
You'll find none more dependable than Kona. He's family, and he'll take good care of you.
A pleasure to meet you, Kululja.
A pleasure to meet you too, Uncle Kona.
Well, I suppose I am your uncle. But simply Kona will do.
You're all confused, and little wonder. Rest assured, all will be explained in due course. But for now, I want to make one thing clear. Kululja is his own person. He had no part in his father's crimes. If you have anger towards Zorolja you need to express, Kona and I will gladly hear you. But you will treat Kululja as you would any child, with kindness.
As we should. The boy's done no wrong.
Yes,
The vow of resolve speaks true.
So, will you tell me what happened? Grahatia has given me a summary, but I would hear your detailed account.
Can we walk while we chat? I want to see how things are in the city.
In that case, let us make our way to Bright Plume Post. Our soldiers remain on high alert, but if the threat of invasion has passed, I will bid them take a well-earned rest.
Where are we going? It was indeed Zaraja's realm inside the dome. A realm he ruled jointly with Sphene. He is the king of resolve and she the queen of reason, just like you and me here. Their people live different lives compared to us, but like us, they live them to the fullest. And Sphene is a big part of that. She's a considerate and approachable ruler who treats everyone as a family. You and her must have gotten along very well. We did, but out of love for her people, she's chosen the wrong path. They're good folk, the Alexandrians. They welcomed us into their homes and treated us with kindness and respect. Zeral just slaughtered them. Slaughtered those he was meant to protect for his own ends. May the gods. Tell me how this came to pass. When his attack on Tuliol failed, Sorel just sought to gain more power. So he ordered his people executed and harvested their souls. What drove him to commit such an atrocity? He claimed he wanted to bring the entire world under his dominion. That was just a means to achieve his true desire. My grandfather, he was a great person, right? Maybe my father wanted to prove he has his own person. But he wasn't just a great person's son. I dare say you are right. As the resilient son our father's true-born heir, he bore the weight of expectation. That weight was clearly greater than any of us had imagined. That's probably why he was who he was, and why he didn't want me. Damn it all, if only we had tried harder to reach out to him. Let's keep moving. Zuraja had become unmanageably powerful. It was only with the mask's help that we managed to defeat him, and now I have a responsibility to the people of Alexandria, and above all to Galulja. I promised, didn't I? I wanted us to become family, and it isn't only out of obligation. Since I've gotten to know you, I've come to really like you. You might not be my nephew by blood, but we're family to the end. We'll always be there to help each other, isn't that right? Right. You too, MS. After everything we've been through, we're already as good as family. What? What do you mean, what? The more family you have, the merrier. Don't you think? Come on, let's head into the barracks. I'm glad I could hear what happened in the dome. But I'm sorry that you had to bear such a heavy burden, Lamachi. Don't be, as Valve resolved it was something that I had to do. Besides, it was your ingenious strategy that kept Tulialal safe. Asking you to rule with me was definitely one of my better ideas. It was because we all fought as one that we could repel the invaders, and then only with the aid of Vertra and his kin. Thanks to Alphonord and Estinian interceding for us, we were able to swiftly forge an alliance with Radzadhan. And when the dragons appeared in our skies, I felt that this was it, the Tuliolala you had envisioned. We owe our new allies a great debt, and I hope that we can repay them one day. Indeed. Once I've dealt with matters, we should go and thank them in person. MSQ has told me as much, but you still have work to do, yes? Yes, I need to find Sphene. She harmed our people so that hers might live. But as I was raging at her deeds, I realized something. Just because Tuliolala is safe doesn't mean I can ignore what becomes of Alexandria. It's the kind of thinking that led to conflict in the old days. I want to help the Alexandrian people live in peace and happiness. And the only way to do that is to stop Sphene from walking her path. Very well, Lamachi. Just promise me you will take care. I promise, Kona. While I had anticipated this, I still can't help but worry. I'm sorry that I have to go away again so soon, but even setting Sphene aside, some of our own people may be among the endless. Just sit around and leave everything to the others. I understand. I have matters here well in hand, so do what you must. MSQ, for all you've done for us, for our nation and our family, I fear I can never express sufficient gratitude. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. Well, it was good to catch Kona up. Now we'll talk to the soul... Who might this be from? Hello? That's right, MSQ is with me. Is that so? In that case, let's meet at Sunperch. See you soon. Y'shtola is heading back. I dare to hope she's found a way to pursue Sphene. If you all wanted to go on ahead to Sunperch, I'll pay our soldiers a quick call. Apologies for the wait. You're all here. Then that means... we believe we found a way to travel to the reflection to where Sphene has retreated. I was busy providing aid in Solution 9, so I haven't heard the details myself. Could you start from the beginning, Y'shtola? Per Sphene's own words, the gate atop Everkeep was opened and closed by the power of interdimensional fusion. And it was the artifact known as the key that allowed her to control it. According to Ketenram, the key was brought with me to the source 20 years ago. It was then kept here in the palace until its theft by Zoral Ja, who used it in Yasulani to fuse a portion of our world with this reflection. Following Zoral Ja's demise, Sphene claimed the key and disappeared through the gate. But where exactly did that gate lead? In seeking the answer, we took another look at organics and made a startling discovery. As you all know, there should have been one more level at the summit of Everkeep. The 12th level, the King of Resolve's royal abode. Right, when you actually went there, you saw that it didn't exist. Curious, we analyzed Organics logs to see where the memories of the departed were being sent. And where should it be but through the gate to the missing 12th level? That level alone must have lain outside the fused region and so was left behind. Then it means the reflection to which Sphene has fled is her own. Indeed. 'Tis Sphene's home world, and she has returned there to rejoin the memories of her departed citizens. But as the key lies with her on the other side, we haven't the means to reopen the gate. Forgive me, but I thought we'd already knew she had gone home, or at least it seemed obvious to me. What I want to know is how to pursue Sphene if the gate here is closed. We used another gate, and it just so happens we know where one is. The Sky Deep Cenote. Aye, all evidence suggests that the gate there leads to the world whence the Alexandrians and I came. But assuming that's true, how can we open it? That is what we shall find out using the code in this earring. As you'll recall, Krau's earring is in fact a data storage device. An analysis of it yielded a code, something used to control a contraption, and a very large one at that. Given the circumstances of Krau's arrival in the source, we believe that said contraption is the gate to the Golden City. This is admittedly an uneducated guess, but we are quite hopeful that it will work. To make such progress in so short a time, you really are amazing. We couldn't have done it alone. The credit must go to the members of Oblivion for acquiring the information we needed, Shale especially. Right then, it seems the plan is set. To the Sky Deep Cenote. Begging your pardon, MSQ, but might I have a moment ere setting forth? Oh, you're already going to give him the thing? Yes, I had thought to save it for later, but in light of these developments, I feel now is the time. As Lamachi says, I have something for you. Please come with me to Bayside Bevy. Here, I don't like seeing shout chat. People don't know how to contain themselves. Fuliola is safe in no smart part due to your valor. As a token of our appreciation, I have commissioned special equipment for you. While it is inadequate as an expression of gratitude, I pray it will serve you well in your coming mission. It apparently incorporates foreign technology. Leave it to Kona to request such a thing, eh? Mewazunte yonder has the equipment in his keeping. Just say the word and he will bring it out. Oh, job specific gear. Okay, let's get it. And then we're doing physical DPS, and we're going Viper. Viper. What is it called? What did I grab? Oh, Viper's coat. Viper's half gloves. Viper's hose. Viper's leg guards. Okay. Oh. It's the gear from the trailer. And then if we do the hood. Oh. Oh, dude, it's very Assassin's Creed Syndicate or Assassin's Creed what was the one that Unity. It's very Unity though, for sure. I dig it. With your shiny new gear, I reckon you're ready for anything. Come, let's head to the Sky Deep Cenote. Access to the area is presently restricted per my orders, so I shall accompany you. I don't have flying unlocked there. Into Sky Deep Cenote we go. Ona has already gone inside, but I couldn't help but take a moment. Just being here takes me back. And it wasn't even that long ago that we visited for the rite. No match has happened since then. Surely, guided by my grandfather's letter, I crossed the seas in search of answers. What awaits us on the road ahead I know not, but I shall walk it to the end with you all. Come on, let's go.
Electrope everywhere one turns, harboring vast amounts of lightning. This place is very much alive. Cryle, try holding your earring to the terminal.
No luck. Don't give up yet. The terminal reads the code. It might just need higher clearance. Gulja, would you give it a try?
Me?
If the king's authority is passed to you, then the gate ought to open.
But I leave behind that which I've gained by the sweat of my brow. It is yours to embrace or spurn.
What?
Oh, I like the new look indeed.
The earring. It really was.
Remarkable. A void gate is forced open with a blast of ether, and thus appears as a tear in the fabric of reality. In contrast, this is the stitchwork of a master, neatly hemmed, without a thread out of place. A power to be reckoned with. But now isn't the time to marvel. If Galuljar can open the gate, then so too can Sveen close it. 'Twould be wise to employ magics in its defense, both to maintain its stability and ward off interference. While I am able to invoke said magics, I cannot sustain them alone. I require another to channel with me, and in unison.
For that role, I do humbly volunteer myself. But even our combined efforts offer no certainty of success. Might we prevail upon the two of you to lend your support?
Of course. If coordination between mages is required, few would be better suited than Alize and myself.
Shall I remain as well?
While your presence would be welcome, I'd rather you joined the expedition team. For despite our earnest efforts, the gate may well end up closed once more. In such a situation, it may fall to those on the other side to devise a method to reconnect our worlds. A task with which you're not unfamiliar, as I recall.
I have faith it will not come to that, but should it? I will endeavor not to disappoint.
So, assuming Wooklamart, Kryl, and Erenville are given for this foray, I'll make myself useful here by guarding those who are maintaining the gate. Should any threats emerge, from the world beyond or otherwise, I'll deal with them.
As will I. Which leaves you free to head in there and do what you do best.
Make sure we can return while we're still young and beautiful, eh?
It's fine. Really. Mostly. Just don't let him bear the burden alone. Do you hear?
Time to go.
Tis done. Whenever you're ready.
We'll protect the portal. Keep it open no matter what.
Beyond lies an unknown reflection. Short of asking an Ascian, the unfortunately have no way of identifying which one it is.
Well, what we do know is that it's Fiend's domain. A place where she brings back those who've been lost. So for now, why don't we call it the Unlost World? Right. Let's go.
What the hell? Oh, the queen.
How to describe the sheer amazement we felt when we emerged on the other side of the portal? I fear words do not do it justice.
Oh, spots of
Before us
Paris.
was a vibrant world where the memories of the departed abided and reveled in bygone days. Living memory, or so the Endless called it.
Reminds me of Amarat.
How they laughed and smiled as they reminisced upon unfulfilled dreams, alive in all perceivable ways, yet knowing no loss.
This is the paradise, the golden city.
So resplendent was every ilm of this paradise. The words rose unbidden to my lips. All this time, it was here. The city of gold.
Lost world, living memory. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. We've literally stepped into the Yakui legend. Whichever reflection this may be, it would seem the barrier between here and the source is thin in Yaktel. That would explain the Yakui's visions and the location of the gate. Hey, Edenville, that volcano over there, you don't suppose it's real, is it? An actual volcano spouring forth lava in the middle of a city. I'd like to see that. Hey, you never know. Look, there's a path down. Let's see where it goes. Wild. Let's grab the aetherite. It's strange. Though I've never been to this place before, it somehow makes me feel nostalgic. Unlike Everkeep with all its advanced technology, here it's brick and stone. It's like we've traveled to the past. The differences may be more superficial than you think. Take a good look at the buildings around us. There's electrope everywhere, along with myriad contraptions. Like how Sphene projects her image onto soldiers, I believe the city's appearance is artificial. This aetheryte is identical to the one in Everkeep, is it not? This suggests that this place is Alexandrian. That would seem a fair assumption. In light of all this, could it be in this city it's Everkeep's missing 12th level? Welcome, friends, welcome. Who are you? My name is Constancy, and like you, I am an Endless. We have been recreated from the memories of those who have exhausted their souls, the departed, in other words. Great effort is taken to ensure the integrity of your memory so it will feel no different from when you were flesh and blood. Let's go along with it for now. I am a caretaker here at Living Memory, City of the Endless, and it is my pleasure to provide guidance to newcomers such as your good selves. City of the Endless. At a glance, there seems to be many different facilities. What kind of place is this? Simply put, it is a recreational attraction. The city is divided into 4 areas, each of which captures scenery that once defined our continent. In this way, we ensure that what is lost is not forgotten, that all precious memories endure forevermore. In Everkeep's early days, this place was used by the living, but it was made a haven for the Endless hundreds of years later. Now then, if you would please follow me, I shall give you a guided tour. Do take care, as wildlife brought here for preservation roams freely. Well, hold on a moment. While a tour would be interesting, it's Sphene that we've come to see. Oh, so you wish to meet the Queen? In that case, you are in luck. It was just announced that Her Majesty will enter into a slumber, but there is still time. If you try calling to her before the Meso Terminal at the center of the city, she will likely appear. I'm not sure how things work around here, but let's head to this Meso Terminal. Thanks, Constancy. We'll take you up on the tour next time. I shall look forward to it. Good luck seeking out Her Majesty. Let it be known that when we read the informational terminals in the Dungeon Organics, that when it brought up the separation of the memory from a soul, from the soul extraction, that the memory would go to the Meso Terminal. Keep that in mind, everybody.
Sphene? Are you there? If you are, say something. We need to talk. Sphene.
That you should come here.
I haven't known you long, Sphene, but I know you have a good heart. Your love for your people is proof of this. I can't let you do what you're trying to do. And deep down, I don't think you want to do it either.
I want a world without suffering. A world where nothing is lost. Would that such a place existed, but the endless only grow in number, and ever more life forces needed to sustain them. Within the barrier, we have managed to curb the cycle of rebirth these few hundred years. But we've reached the limit. That is why I looked to interdimensional fusion, to harvest what we needed from your world, from your people. And with the key, we will have it.
And once you've plundered our world of ether, what then? Will you do the same to others? All men eventually die. If you make endless of everyone, you will never have enough ether to sustain them. You but prolong the inevitable.
Sphene, if you would nevertheless persist in this folly, we must stand against you. For we too have people we cannot lose, places to which our hearts belong. Damachi, I would have loved nothing more than to work hand in hand with you to tend our nations. But fate is cruel. By the time it had brought us together, our futures had already been written. The kind and gentle Queen Sphene was too weak to serve her people, and so she will serve them no more. I will erase all memories of the living Sphene, she who has cursed me with this soft and powerless nature. Freed from conscience, I shall become a ruler that can protect Alexandria, a devourer of worlds. When two nations cannot protect their own without doing harm to the other, there can only be one resolution. It is a hard truth, but one you understand, don't you?
Then let's resolve this.
I'm afraid we're out of time. The process has begun, and it cannot be stopped.
Mesoterminal memory deletion in progress. Mesoterminal memory deletion in progress. Upon completion, interdimensional fusion will commence.
Jeez. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, is there a specific target in mind? Is it random? Like, what reflection is gonna be target? I don't know. We're gonna have to find out in the next one. But in the meantime, like the video, subscribe to the channel. You know the deal, and I will catch you next time. Take care. Hope you enjoyed.